Hello everyone, I'm John Yu from the University of Illinois at Chicago. Today, I'm presenting our work on designing a voice assistant to help older adults locate interface features quickly. Mobile applications have become an integral part of older adults' daily lives, with an increasing number of people relying on technology to stay connected. However, according to a report by the American Association of Retired Persons in 2022, 42% of older adults feel that technology is not designed with consideration for their abilities. This can be a hindering factor for active smartphone utilization among older adults, leading them to remain in a forever early adoption stage of feature-rich user interfaces. Recent studies have identified challenges in interface exploration, a lack of onboarding support, and continuing peer support as major barriers to adoption. Our research has focused on improving the usability of mobile interfaces for older adults, and we have observed that older adults frequently struggle with identifying and locating the correct feature on mobile interfaces and tend to verbalize question words like what, why, and how when encountering an interaction problem. Based on these observations, we propose a voice assistant that can help older adults locate features in a feature-rich mobile interface. First, we explored how older adults articulate a difficulty verbally, and based on that, we designed Voice Assistant. Then, we evaluated the design through a Wizard of Oz study. To explore how older adults verbalize their difficulties, we conducted a qualitative study with the task-focused concurrent think aloud protocol, where participants verbalize their thoughts and questions while executing tasks. We recruited both older and younger adults for the study because we were interested in uncovering potential differences in how they think and act. The experiment was conducted remotely via a voice calling app due to the pandemic. Each participant completed 3 to 4 tasks with the assigned application, which was from a category familiar to them but had never used before. The chosen app was selected based on the initial discussion between the participant and a facilitator before the actual experiment. The facilitator also created 3 to 4 tasks for each participant. After the task, participants were asked to complete the mobile device proficiency questionnaire. Each study session lasted for about 30 to 45 minutes. 19 older adults and 12 younger adults participated. 111 questions were asked by the older group and 35 by the younger group. All older adults asked at least one question with a median of 5, while 10 out of 12 younger adults asked at least one question with a median of 2. Following data analysis, we identified 5 key types of questions asked during interface exploration. Questions asked to verify whether the user is doing the right action were classified as validation. Questions that asked for a particular piece of information were classified as informational. Informational questions could be directed when the user has a clear idea about the next action, but not what next features to be selected. An example of directed question is how to reduce the quantity of item in a cart. On the other hand, when the user does not have any intuition about what specific UI features to use next, we classified the question as undirected. The example of this type is, which one do I need to choose? Question asked about where to go next or where a particular UI feature is were classified as navigational. Finally, questions that were not directly related to the UI structure but were about the general workflow or system model of an app were classified as conceptual. One of the most noticeable results was how frequently they asked these questions varied significantly. When compared between subjects, we found that older users asked significantly more validation questions than their younger counterparts, as well as more directed informational questions. On the other hand, the most common type of questions asked by the younger adults was conceptual. It infers that older users usually want to validate that what they are doing or what they understand is correct, or want to know how to do something while they already know what to do, or they want to know the location of the particular UI component while they already know what component they need to use. Drawing from these findings, we designed a voice assistant system that highlight up to 3 UI components that are closely related to the user's query. It allows the user to ask an interface feature-related question verbally and offers visual cues on the mobile interface to narrow down the search space. To get a user feedback about the proposed design solution, we conducted another task-focused qualitative study remotely. The participants were all older adults, and we decided to use the Wizard of Oz method to get a feedback on our design idea that was not affected by associated technological limitations. For the study, we implemented the website that could be modified in real time by the wizard using the wizard's interface. When participants asked a question during the study, a facilitator or wizard listened to the speech input and highlighted up to 3 relevant UI components on the participant's current screen to emulate interaction with our proposed voice assistant. The study was conducted online using a voice calling application on a smartphone or tablet. The study tasks were based on 2 feature-rich mobile interfaces, a tourism website of Chicago, and a public transit website. 15 older adults participated, and all participants successfully completed the 5 tasks. 13 out of 15 participants asked at least one question, and in total, 33 questions were recorded during the study. 2 questions could not be answered by the wizard because there was no relevant UI component on the screen. 1 could not be answered because it was a validation type question, which was, "Am I doing correctly?" From the study, we observed 88% of participants used the voice assistant, and those participants are likely to ask a question when they were getting lost. And 77% of intervention worked immediately, so we could confirm that the assistant helped the user complete the task. In summary, we found that older adults ask interface-related questions when facing challenges while exploring a feature-rich mobile interface to complete a task. And based on the finding, we proposed a design solution that allows the user to ask an interface feature-related question verbally and offers visual cues to narrow down the search space. Then, we confirmed that older adults tended to use our solution after getting lost, and it helped them recover immediately after the intervention. Thank you for listening.